so important that everyone knows what is happening in Texas right now, because this is literally how civil wars begin. Yesterday, the governor of Texas released a statement in which he said that as of January the 24th, he has officially declared an invasion of the southern border by illegal immigrants and has now invoked an act that will mobilize the Texas National Guard, which is the state's own military forces, in order to protect and defend itself, which put simply is a massive stance against the US federal government and Joe Biden. And don't forget that Texas was once an independent state, and there are still a lot of people who want them to become their own country again. Now, if you didn't know, the southern border has been an escalating point of contention over the last 3 years. But this whole situation blew up last week when Texas authorities placed razor wire over a part of the border that had seen a high number of illegal crossings. But then when the federal border force troops arrived, the Texas National Guard blocked them from entering the area and accused them of trying to destroy their fortifications. The Biden administration then took this matter to the Supreme Court, which ruled that the U.S. Border Patrol agents were allowed to clear out the razor wire. And that's where you'd think things would end, right? Absolutely not. That statement, which I showed you earlier, was then issued by Texas, saying that Biden had failed to uphold his constitutional duties, which require the U.S. government to protect its states. And that also because of his lawless border policies, a massive 6 million illegal migrants have crossed the southern border in just 3 years, which is more than the population of 33 days.
Shalom, shalom. First off, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai, Ba'ashim, Rakakadash, Yahweh being the true name for Heavenly Father, Yahushai being the name for His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls God, and Jesus Christ. I want to give double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone, that talks the truth and will. So I just do hopefully push truth and honesty, sincerity. Spirit of Yahweh, don't listen to spirit power, Yahweh, Yahushai. Another update, end times and events. See the border crisis is spiraling out of control here in the U.S. There's a lot of talks and rumors that this might spark into a civil war, the second civil war that's taking place big time here in America, man. You know, and they may actually dissolve the situation and tone it down. Who knows? But hey, tensions are extremely high. You know, and you got a lot of so-called white people that, you know, are very enthusiastic about their rights and borders and gun control and stuff like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if somebody actually makes a move against these people that are crossing over. Because the facts are, a lot of them that are coming, they're not just families coming over here out of desperation to escape a bad situation. A lot of these are military-aged men that are crossing over, and they're not just Mexicans, man. They're Iranians, okay? They're North Koreans. They're Chinese. So that goes to show that, hey, look, there's a real situation happening here where this is basically an invasion. And that's prophesied within the scriptures. You know, scripture said they should go up to the land of unwalled villages. You know, and it said that the heathen round about shall fan Babylon. And it should send fanners. Fanners goes into foreigners. And we're going to get the book of 2nd Esdras 16th chapter real quick that goes into this very act. Okay? So the book of 2nd Esdras 15 and 16 says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the courses of their actions shall stand in their power. So you're going, some of these people are going to be fighting, man. You know, and Elder Apostle Hart just did a lesson that he put out too. You know, you got 25 different states that are bucking up against this order. But there's only like 50-something states in the United States, so that's more than half. And the scriptures say, a nation divided against itself shall not stand. This is the book of Mark 3 and 25. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. So this country's finished. And then there's already talks of the U.S. dollar going to collapse real soon. Okay, you got all these momos. You know, you got the military is struggling to recruit right now. You know, they temporarily, the Navy temporarily lifted its restrictions to get in. Seen some video that was floating around about that. You don't even need a GED or nothing. They're just trying to get you in there. You know, they done added women to the draft. So as soon as this shit pops off, it's a wrap for America. They're not going to stand a chance, man. Okay? This country's going to crumble, and it's going to crumble quick. And you got all these other countries that are already up in this piece, man. You know, the U.S. has done that, gone into other countries too, and just, you know, try to set up coups and stuff like that. But over here, you got multiple countries that's got troops over here undercover, sleeper cells they want to call them. And the elites, man, they're setting up the UN to come in and ransack this place too. This is finished. This is just a big corporation, man, and it's too much in debt. And you got a corporation that's too much in debt. You know what happens is it goes out of business. Okay, gets bankrupt and it's done. So that's what this place is, and it's gonna use this place as a tool to try to pay back some of that debt by sending this country over to war with other these nations that they want to establish a central bank in, such as Iran. Okay, so these are the times we're living in. It's about to get really, really bad, man. Going back to the book of 2nd Esdras, start verse 14. This is the book of 2nd Esdras 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Woe means destruction and war. Okay, verse 15 says, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. So I was talking about war, people fighting in the acts of war, civil war or a regular war. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So right, you got 25 states saying fuck you, Joe Biden, and they're gonna go do what they need to do. And they fight over shit that don't even belong to them, man. This is all so-called Native American territory, which those are actually the tribe of Gad Israelites. That's why I say so-called. You know, they took that land from them. It don't belong to them. Fight over shit that's not theirs. Just over there in the Holy Land of Israel too. Both of those countries over there, all them countries, they fight over shit that don't belong to them. They belong to us, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. We're the true children of Israel, all right? Verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Why? They're about to set up roadblocks, man. Checkpoints. You're going to need specific clearances and passes to get out of a city. You ain't about to be allowed to get on no flight. You're not about to be able to drive cross country either. They're going to have these roadways blocked off. They're going to have concrete barriers set up, checkpoints, okay, helicopters watching, Humvees, and barbed wire. You ain't about to just go wherever you want no more. This is what's coming, man. It says, for because of their pride the cities shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and the men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for great tribulation. So all hell breaking loose, famine, the money collapses. There's going to be a lack of bread. You can't just buy nothing no more. They're going to be kicking each other's doors trying to search for food, money, shelter. You know, the women, y'all really got a horrible coming. You can't call the cops no more. Think about that. Let that sink in. Think of how many enemies you've made, men. How many men you've led on. How many men you put on child support and took their kids from them. You know. How many men you talked bad to because you knew that, you know, they wouldn't do anything to you because they feared getting in trouble with the law. How many of you have gone out dressing promiscuous, being a big ass tease? A lot of these men, hey, listen, a lot of them will get broken out of prison too. Hey, no more 911. Do I need to say more? You're about to really suffer, man. It's going to be constant round-the-clock screams out of women. And don't be pretty out here. It's not going to look good for you, man. You got kids. Terrible. Terrible, terrible situation for these women coming. So if you ain't got a man of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you know, that's going to have the Spirit of the Lord on him for that protection, you're really through. But as far as regular people, y'all through too, man. Y'all about to starve to death. You guys are going to be killed for what you got. A lot of you have no survival skills, no backbone. You're not able to function after seeing a body. You know? These people are coming for your shit. People are going to get desperate and they're going to turn into demons. Straight animals out here. That's what's coming. So keep watching on this crisis, man. See how this unfolds and see what happens next. It could multiply to a full-scale civil war. It really could. It could multiply for a lot of things. They could set up a false flag out of it. You know, it could be a real flag out of it. You know, they could have one of them people, one of them Iranians coming up in here that had their whole family obliterated by a fucking drone bomber from the U.S. that's got vengeance on his mind. And he could actually do an attack at some of these places. Could happen at the damn NFL game. Just blow up, kill millions of people, man. And you got multiple people from different nations coming in here that suffered like that too. That's ready to get vengeance. So it could turn into that. You know, once them type of events happen, it's nothing for the Esau to capitalize on that. They want that chaos. They want something to happen. They want you Edomite, gung-ho Edomites to jump. So they got an excuse in rolling in this martial law and go with their next plans and force out this RFID, you know what, C-hip in people's bodies. So we're going to see, man. You know. So either way it go, we patiently waiting for the judgment to come and the Lord to come back. And he's on his way. So with that, I'm going to close out. Give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, great millstone, taught us truth and will. So I taste the hope of their person's truth and honesty, sincerity. Shalom.